Meyer got the rebound and draws the foul. Now applauding to my left is Leroy McKinley, father of Jeff and Troy. Your thoughts on that three-pointer that gave the Pioneers momentum going into halftime?
Last shot, that was great. We sure know how to end the quarter. Billy Dennis hit one at the end of the first quarter, and then Jeff on this one. So other than that, we're down more. Great shot.
Got to be proud of what happened in 1981 and proud of what's happening with Jeff in 95.
Sure, it's been a lot of fun. It's like watching a movie over after about 14 years. So it's been a lot of fun to see him grow up and be able to have an ability to play ball.
All right, thanks for joining us here at halftime. The McKinleys, Mary and Leroy, for the quick interview. As Meyer is at the line for the Pioneers, where he is a 55% free throw shooter. The good free throw shooters in the first half weren't knocking him down, and Meyer at 55%. Well, now he's 1 for 1.
Well, he looked awfully good on the first one, though.
Should say, to balance things for Covington Catholic fans, we've invited a few people from with Covington Catholic backgrounds to join us down here on press row, and hopefully Andy Listerman, who helped the NKU Norse win the playoff game today, brother of Kevin, will join us here in a few minutes. And Listerman way on the outside here. 22-19. Pioneers have taken control here in the third quarter. Lazareski drives to the lane, loses control, ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Covington Catholic. Tom Hummel signals Simon Kenton ball.
I think Blazeweski, as he dove on the floor trying to get the ball, knocked it out of bounds. Nice hustle, though, nonetheless.
Clock moving to 5 minutes left, third quarter. Bill Dennis down low, makes a move on the baseline and draws a foul from Pat O'Donnell.
Simon Kenton really starting to get a lot easier shots this second half. The first half they had a lot more perimeter shots, but the second half they were able to get the ball into the paint more, getting much more higher percentage shots.
Bill Dennis. He was 2 for 2 in the first half from the line. It lengthens the Simon Kenton lead. It's 23-19. One for 2 on this trip. 23-19, 5 minutes left, third quarter. Listerman to Rui on the left side.
Simon Kenton has really picked it up a notch defensively. They're very active, filling the passing lanes, playing good, solid defense.
Listerman outside to O'Donnell, knocks it down. Pat O'Donnell from beyond the free throw line.
Of course, he was such an instrumental factor in Covington Catholic's key last night. Knocking down
former starter for the Colonels, and he comes and gives them some quality minutes off the bench now.
Oh, it's always nice to be able to look down at your bench and see such a fine player like that sitting on it.
It's a 2-point game now. Simon Kenton with the lead, 23-21, and the Pioneers have the ball. There's McKinley in the corner to Meyer, to Dennis. Bill Dennis hands to Croman, who has been shut down here so far in the second half. Then a running jumper.
Wow, pretty shot. What great concentration. We'll knock that shot down.
It's a 4-point lead for Simon Kenton, 25-21. Rui tries to penetrate and has to back it out. Simon Kenton clogging up the middle. Covington Catholic look like they might be getting frustrated trying to get the ball in the paint. Now a couple of Pioneers fight for the rebound. They lose it. O'Donnell misses the shot for the Colonels. And Scott Meyer getting angry, trying to corral the rebound.
Covington Catholic with 2 nice scoring opportunities, weren't able to connect on either one.
McKinley's cross-court pass and the block by O'Donnell.
Great defense, showing good quickness, being able to jump up and block a shot.
There's Chad Burke. There's Kevin Listerman on the fake. And again, Simon Kenton, well, they had trouble getting control of the rebound. Now they have it. And Broski's shot won't roll. Got a lot of metal and no net. 25-21. Simon Kenton still has the lead, though, at the 2:40 mark of the third quarter. And here go the Colonels again, trying to show some patience on offense. Not trying to, they have to.
No, they certainly don't lack in that category.
Charlie Chappie giving us a 5 seconds call, I think.
Yes, he certainly did. An excellent defensive play by Bill Dennis.
Chris Arrowwood making an appearance in the game for Simon Kenton, 6'1" senior, number 30. Also in Jason Kramer, number 10. The Pioneers with a 4-point lead in the ball. Ticking down to 2 minutes left, third quarter. Colonel fans wanted a travel call.
Covington Catholic trying to pick up the tempo a little bit and comes out in a full court press.
Croman almost lost the ball to Listerman. Now moves to the paint, puts on a fake or 2 or 3.
Whoa! What an excellent shot. Athletic indeed.
1:50 left, third quarter. Simon Kenton has opened up a 6-point lead. Rui moves to the lane, a running jumper, puts it in.
Rui doing a good job of taking the ball to the basket tonight.
27-23, 1:30 left, third quarter. That's Arrowwood out front. That's McKinley. Out of bounds. They're saying off Arrowwood. You're watching live coverage of the 9th Region Championship on TKR Cable Channel 6, live from Evans Fieldhouse at Holmes High School. Wes Wright along with Scott Brown and Don Weber. Rui drives, foul called in the middle. And is that going to be called on Jason Kramer? Jason Kramer picks up his third foul off the bench for Simon Kenton.
Once again, really doing a nice job of inserting himself into the offense, taking the ball to the basket. Typically, he's a perimeter shooter, but he is taking what the defense gives him tonight. They're really rushing him, not letting him get off a 3-point shot, and instead he's just taking the ball to the basket.
Rui in the lane again. He drew the foul before, misses the shot this time. And Lehman gets the rebound. He had to wrestle with Arrowwood. Lehman won the wrestling match for the ball and puts it in. It's 27-25, 40 seconds left in the third quarter. McKinley backing it in.
Well, we'll see if Simon Kenton can make their last quarter, last second shot for the third time tonight.
2 for 2 so far, hitting 3-pointers to end the first quarter, to end the second quarter. Here we are with 17 seconds left in the third. That's Croman on the outside, 10 seconds. Broski. And he's going to be called for a travel. So now with 4 seconds left, third quarter, Covington Catholic can tie the game or take the lead.
Listerman doing a good job of applying enough of pressure, making Broski travel with the basketball.
Sean Oliver will trigger it in. Nobody will defend him for Simon Kenton.
I try to get the ball to half court, perhaps call a quick timeout, and come up with another shot much closer to the basket.
Rui crossing half court at 1 second, forces it up. It was not to be for Covington Catholic as they had a shot to to get the momentum here at the end of the third quarter. Simon Kenton has the lead, 27-25. We go to the fourth and final quarter of the 9th Region Championship after this.
If you practice hard, then your team deserves the best. So play the game our way at Gabbo Sports. Gabbo Sports at the corner of Dixie Highway and Stevenson Road in Erlanger has everything your team needs, no matter what sport you play. Show your colors with famous authentic name brand jackets, shirts, sweats, and hats for all college and pro teams. Gabbo's also specializes in custom lettered school jackets. If you're going to play the game our way at Gabbo Sports, Dixie Highway in Erlanger.
Tired of watching shows with no character? Well, Comedy Central has got more character than you can shake a stick at. Spend some quality time with the cast of Saturday Night Live, the show that builds character every weeknight at 10. Only at Comedy Central. What the hell is going on here?
Coming soon on TKR.
The spirit's there. Beautiful. One of the cats that's such a joy, regardless if he's playing bass in a big band or playing in a small group or cooking or just hanging out with, is bassist Lynn Seaton, who was the bottom of the Blue West Big Band here for a long time before moving on to New York with his bride Mariana. And by the way, there's going to be a new member of the Seaton household in not too many months. Good news. But Lynn is very successful in his development of his career, working with some great musicians, doing a lot of touring, playing a lot in Japan, and they'd have time to go into the studio and
promised you when we talked with McKinley's parents a little while ago that we would balance the scales and talk to some folks of a Covington Catholic background. We have Andy Listerman, who now is playing with NKU, will join us at our first break here in the fourth quarter. McKinley gets control over in the corner. He's in a little trouble, and he's in a lot of trouble. Here comes Rui. On the break to Lehman, lays it in, tie game.
Lehman doing a good job of running the court. Good things happen to big guys if they're just willing to get out on the fast break.
Got this feeling, Scott. There's a steal by Listerman. Told you that would not be the last steal when he had one earlier. Listerman puts it in, and the Colonels have a 29-27 lead. Covington Catholic has stolen the momentum.
Well, we brought it up earlier in the show. Kevin Listerman does such an excellent job defensively, coming up with a lot of steals, and another goober man.
And we are joined here at side court by a young man who has to be awfully proud of his little brother right now. And let's take a look. Let's take a look, Andy, if you can lean back and see this replay. You've got to be awfully proud of your little brother.
Yes, I am. I think he almost carried it there for a minute, but you know, he was able to stay under control and get him a 2-point lead right here. So, you know, they just got to keep working their offense, be patient, they'll be all right.
All right, let's talk first of all about this game. When did you get here? Obviously, you were playing over at the Coliseum today. When did you get here, and what do you think of what you've seen?
Well, I got here about 7 o'clock. We were pushing it to get here, but I think it's been a real good defensive game. CovCath manages, they need to continue to work on their half-court offense, be patient. Simon Kenton hit some great buzzer-beater shots. It's been a very interesting ball game. Probably something nobody'd expect. 29-27 here with 6:58 to go.
We saw highlights of the NKU game here at halftime of our game. You're in the championship tomorrow, the Great Lakes Regional. Man, I don't have any tough questions except your thoughts. It's got to be exciting.
It is. You know, it's tough to beat a team 3 times, and we have Southern Indiana, and we're going to try to do it tomorrow afternoon at 3:15.
All right. Thanks, Andy. Congratulations. Best of luck tomorrow. Andy Listerman, proud graduate of Covington Catholic, joining us here after helping NKU defeat Quincy University out of Illinois this afternoon at Riverfront Coliseum, 97-91. Excitement at the college level in Northern Kentucky, too. Loose ball, scramble. Lehman comes up with it for the Colonels. And Covington Catholic with a 2-point lead. Rui throws up a prayer.
Wow. Somehow he was able to get off that high arcing shot in traffic. Excellent shot.
Excellent shot as long as it goes in. Huh?
Exactly. Not a very high percentage shot. Really kept his concentration well.
High arcing shot indeed by Rui. And no good by Croman. So the Pioneers have hit a cold spell, and Covington Catholic keeps the momentum. 31-27, 6 minutes left. Fourth quarter, 9th region championship live from Evans Fieldhouse at Holmes High School.
Really has played well tonight.
There he is with the ball there. Pioneers fans wanted a travel call. Didn't get it. Rui moves to the lane, puts it up again. Another prayer. This one doesn't go. Lehman fights for the rebound, and Croman gets it. Dribbles into traffic, draws a foul. Pat O'Donnell can't believe it, but he will get it.
That's what makes Jeff Croman so tough. Not only is he a threat offensively every time he has the ball, but he's such a good defender as well. Can really rebound. He didn't think that he fouled him on the arm, but the replay shows otherwise.
Simon Kenton trailing by 4. Croman slowly crosses the timeline. From McKinley to Dennis. To Broski, short baseline jumper, good. Bill Dennis with his first field goal of the second half. It's 31-29. Covington Catholic with the lead in the ball. 5:15 left.
Every possession at this stage becomes so important. Got to limit your turnovers.
You said it before, Rui with the ball now has certainly played well off the bench for the Colonels. Puts up a third prayer, though, in a row. 1 out of 3 have been answered. There's Chad Burke. O'Donnell is going to get another foul going over the back.
But that's a foul if you're a coach you can live with. You would certainly much rather give up fouls with your players going hard to the offensive glass as opposed to some other foul.
Rui goes to the bench for Covington Catholic. Matt Blazowski comes in.
Chad Burke having a good look at the basket, unable to connect on his last 3-pointer. Really, Covington Catholic hasn't had a lot of good looks. So when you do, you better try to take advantage.
Pioneers trying to tie or take the lead. McKinley on the outside to Broski. Both teams having to show a lot of patience on offense.
Both teams have really carried out their game plans well.
Croman drives, forces up a jumper, no good. And Meyer got the rebound and put it back in. He took it away from Lehman, it looked like.
Big offensive rebound by Scott Meyer.
Tie game, 31-31. 4:10 left in the fourth quarter. Listerman, he's the go-to guy for Covington Catholic, even though Rui has played well. O'Donnell, a nice pass underneath to Blazowski, but the ball is lost out of bounds, and the Pioneers can retake the lead here.
O'Donnell electing to give up an easy shot that he had himself. Elected to pass it off to Blazowski. Of course, Blazowski couldn't get the handle. Coming up with a turnover.
Sometimes I guess you can be a little too unselfish.
I think that's a prime case where O'Donnell should have just taken the ball up.
Croman drives to the lane, forces up another. This one is not answered. And O'Donnell gets a rebound. Trying to atone for his mistakes in the past 2 minutes or so. And O'Donnell's going to get his share of rebounds.
O'Donnell's done a good job on the board tonight.
So the Colonels call timeout. Covington Catholic calls a timeout. It is 31-31 with 3:37 left to play here in the 9th Region Championship. Let's tell you about something else. Did you know that there is a TV news operation that covers Northern Kentucky and only Northern Kentucky? TKR Cable's Northern Kentucky Headline News. It airs 5 times a night on Channel 24 and twice more on Channel 6. If it's newsworthy and if it affects Northern Kentucky, you will hear about it on Northern Kentucky Headline News. Let me turn once again to Andy Listerman. Andy's kept his front row seat here on press row. What's going on in the Covington Catholic huddle here?
Well, I think they're probably working on try to get an easy basket here. They'll run their offense, take their time, see what comes up. They're going to try to get an easy basket, maybe get a backdoor cut somewhere in the motion offense, I think.
If you know Coach Dan Tiemann, and you should, what's he saying right now?
Well, I think he's just telling him he's got to be patient, you got to work hard on defense, keep rebounding, go after the loose balls, and enjoy yourself. This is why you play basketball.
Said before, Scott got this feeling. There was a last-second shot at the end of the first quarter that went in. Second quarter went in. Third quarter didn't go in. I have a feeling this game's going to be decided in the last 10 seconds. Let us see.
Well, this has been about as close a ball game as you can possibly have.
Listerman to Blazieweski. Moves to the paint. Listerman takes the three, puts on a fake. Lehman forces up a little baseline shot that goes in. Matt Lehman, and that is 6 points for Matt Lehman here in the second half. 8 on the game. Under 3 minutes left to go. Croman feeds it off, and there's a foul on the outside. Going to give this one to Lehman, I think. Nope.
Simon Kenton, I'm sure, going to try to get the ball in Croman's hands as much as they can. When he has the ball, he's so dangerous.
O'Donnell picked up the foul for Covington Catholic. His 4th on the scoreboard. I have him for 3, but the scoreboard says 4. Blazieweski. Listerman. O'Donnell. And a 3 seconds call in the lane.
Wow, that's a call you don't see very often. The first 3-second call that we've seen tonight.
Charlie Chappie, veteran basketball official in the 9th Region, making that call.
He's been refereeing for 21 years.
This is his 8th or 9th regional. And to get this assignment, you have to be one of the highest rated officials by coaches. McKinley on the miss. Covington Catholic with a rebound. Colonels with the ball and the lead. 33-31, 2:19 left.
This has truly been a well-officiated basketball game tonight.
And we're just mentioning the officials' names just because we have them, not because we're questioning a call. And that's the kind of game that the officials like, when you really don't notice them at all. Under 2 minutes left. Colonel's showing some patience here.
Very close to a 5-second call there.
.144.
Covington Catholic doing a good job of showing a lot of patience on their motion offense.
Listerman. Broski on him defensively. Lehman on the outside. Meyer on him defensively. Here goes McKinley.
Big turnover by Covington Catholic. Of course, McKinley doing an excellent job of darting through the passing lanes, coming up with a great steal.
33-33. 1:09 left, 4th quarter. Time out, Covington Catholic. Scott, if I would have told you before this game that it would have been 18-17 at halftime, and it would be 33-33 with 1:06 left in the 4th quarter, you would have said what?
Oh, I wouldn't have believed you at all. I thought it was going to be a much higher scoring basketball game. I thought that both teams have really tried to get tempo and play their style of basketball, but I had no idea they would be this low of a scoring game.
Let us at this juncture with 1:06 left take in some of the sights and the sounds of the 9th Region Tournament, the 9th Region Championship at Evans Fieldhouse, Holmes High School. A trip to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena in Lexington hangs in the balance as we move to the final 1:06 of regulation. Dare we say that another period is a possibility. 33-33. Covington Catholic after the timeout triggers the ball inbounds. Most of the crowd starting to stand now as we tick under a minute in the 9th Region Championship. Lajaweski to Listerman. Covington Catholic could very well kill the final minute and try to go for the last shot here.
Boy, a minute's an awful long time to
down to
take
45
care of the
seconds
basketball.
now.
If there's a team that can do it, it's certainly Covington Catholic.
Now watch this. Tipped out of bounds to Dennis. Dennis tipped it out of bounds. Now watch this replay, and for folks who are watching live on Saturday night, this game replays Sunday night and Wednesday night on TKR Channel 6 as well. We're going to watch some of the possessions and count how many passes Covington Catholic has made against this Simon Kenton defense. How patient they've been, how patient they've been forced to be.
Oh, pretty interesting. We see where Simon Kenton has elected to start fouling on a couple of possessions. Kind of an interesting scenario.
Jeff Croman commits the foul, and that's only the 3rd team foul, I believe, against Simon Kenton. So they have some to give before they would send Covington Catholic to the free throw line if that's their goal.
If you're Covington Catholic, that's who you want handling the basketball. Kevin Listerman.
Really hasn't done a bad job either here in the second half. Broski turning up the defensive intensity, trying to force a turnover, double teaming Listerman to the corner to Blażewski, out of bounds, and a foul on the baseline is going to be called by Charlie Chappie. 9 seconds left in the 9th Region Championship.
Coach Tiemann wanting a foul on the shot.
They're saying this foul happened before the shot, so McKinley gave the foul. And we go to another timeout. 9 seconds left in the 9th Region Championship. 33-33. Covington Catholic and Simon Kenton in this terrific defensive struggle.
This has just been one outstanding basketball game, no doubt about it. Such parity.
Scott, you couldn't write a better script for a finish.